Good morning, or afternoon, or evening. How are you? Hopefully really well. Oh, that's sweet. Okay. Two of Cups with the Page of Cups. I love when the cards play with you like that. Oh, okay. I wish you guys, I need to take a picture of this view. You guys can't see the other side of this. And there's too much other stuff in the way for me to really, for it to be like a really cool moment where I turn the camera. One of these other times when I don't have all this equipment around. This is like a little studio. I've got all this stuff set up for filming and whatnot. So a little office / studio. All right, so a message for those who are in separation or looking for answers this week for their true love, soul flame, or however it resonates. Could be a twin flame, could be a soulmate. So we're going to be open to whatever message comes through. This is going to be the last week of June. Let's see. Some of you who experience some, are going to maybe experience, if you haven't yet, some misunderstandings with some relatives. And I'm feeling like try a different approach. Try something different than you normally do, like a different reaction or a different way of handling them. Maybe even get some advice from somebody like me on how to deal with a certain dynamic that keeps repeating itself in the family, because it just feels like you just need a little click, and it'll work so much better. You know, sometimes you just need to assert some really good boundaries. So, and sometimes people, you know, your family doesn't want to see you as new. You know, they want to look at you the way you've always been, and they're a little threatened by change. So keep that in mind as well. But instead of like feeling bad and trying to be what you were again, you know, try to invite them into a new way. Try to invite them, you know, some more peace into their life, and try to see that it's in the letting go that you bring the peace, not through the clinging to the old ways. Hopefully that helps someone out there who needed to hear that. Okay. We're looking at the masculine first, as always, because there are so many feminines watching these videos. I got to attend to your needs first. Well, interesting. Oh, okay. Wow. Wait a minute. Let me just absorb this for a minute, because wow, okay. This is a really simple message, really. It's like, I could probably do this in 5 minutes. This might be a shorter video, but it looks to me like what's happening here is this week, the divine masculines who have lied to you and deceived you in whichever way that is, they stabbed you in the back. They maybe said that they didn't love you, or they said they just wanted to be friends, or they even broke up with you or shunned you, or, you know, completely broke things off or whatever, but it was a lie. Whatever it was they told you. They're now feeling pretty bad about what they did, and they know that they've betrayed you. They know that they've hurt you, like in the worst of ways, and they want to make it up to you, and they never want to do that to you again. In fact, where that hole was in their heart that left, They now want to fill it with devotion. And he's feeling pretty confident in his ability to make things up to you. I don't even know if it's confidence, but like determination. Now, obviously, this isn't going to pertain to everybody. This is just who this resonates for. But you've got an apology coming. You've got an apology and the end of a difficult period happening. Okay. So he's strategizing on how to say something sweet to you and apologize and make up for what's happened. He wants the end of this period where he's just been lying to himself, denying himself that the sweetness that you bring, that you would bring in communication to him. He's through, stabbing himself in the back. When he stabs you in the back, he stabs himself in the back because it gets both of you nowhere, He's cutting through illusions, cutting through the lies he was telling himself, cutting through the lies that other people were telling him. He's cutting through, he's really just starting to see things the way that they are. And he's starting to realize a lot of these things that he was telling you and things that even maybe he believed, but a part of him knew he was lying. He's cutting through all that to see through to options. How can he settle this? How can he get past his own self-sabotage to actually, what is the most effective way to get to you through that? And he knows that it involves loving himself and making a choice to be mature and understanding and communicate some of these hard choices he's had to make as he's gone along about maybe the other person who had more money that may have been involved and the conflict that caused him. And now he's loving himself and being more understanding of where you were coming from. He's being more compassionate toward you. And he's realizing she was a mistake, but he wants a new beginning now, a new abundant beginning. He knows he can have that with you. And he feels like he's going to be sitting pretty once he gets past this with you. He got tired of the sleepless nights. He got tired of the all the worry. He went away from the negative thinking. He went away from the insecurities and the fears that caused him to lie and that led him or kept him in the arms of that third party. And he's going to swim out to you or steer out to you, steer the boat your direction to come have a lot of conversations that'll really get to the heart of the matter of all the disillusionment and all the lies he was telling himself. He's pretty much going to confess some hidden things. He's going to come talk to you about things and balance things out and bring some peace to you guys. He's perhaps gone through a breakup because he wanted to end that difficult period and begin a fresh new one, stripped of all the lies, just totally bare naked, ready to expose everything to her and tell her everything so that they can heal the situation. He's put his fears to rest. A lot of these masculines have really started to not care what anybody thinks anymore. They've broken free so they can start a new life and they can begin again. They know the greener pastures begin with them. They're done looking out at the greener pastures and they want to fertilize their own grass. They want to fertilize their feminine, and have her grow and heal that situation and have that be what gives him that peace of mind and rest that he needs. And he's done with that separation. That cycle of separation is ending. And it's like he knows he can just twirl the baton in the backyard and kick the hacky sack and just kind of just chill for the rest of the summer, having made amends with her, because he can just kind of he can rest at ease now. This is in his heart. His actions have been calling him to her for quite a while, and it's made him kind of rise up from the dead. He was kind of numb to life in a lot of ways. He was really feeling like there wasn't much even left to live for. Some of these guys were pretty hopeless in that situation and were pretty devastated. They knew they were keeping themselves there, and all the while they were looking out at the distance like, if only I could be in that authentic life already. They've even been daydreaming about it and thinking about it like crazy, and even planning. Some of them, I feel like, even had suitcases packed ready to go any minute. But they were scared, the angels kept having to call them like this and be like, come on, a new life awaits, come on. And they knew they were being called, but they were like in a cocoon of fear. It was like they were wrapped up in this cocoon, and they were like, I know I'm a butterfly, but dang, this stage of me being in the cocoon is lasting forever, and it feels like cement to me. I'm not sure I can break out of this, So in their actions, they're being called out of that cocoon finally, and they're going the direction they've been dreaming of for a while. In their overall current space, they're getting up the strength to heal the broken heart. She'll heal your heart. If you're the divine feminine, he knows that he stuck a dagger in there. It was just the two of you. He invited that third person to come in there and annihilate your heart. But, your heart's okay. There's no rips or tears or anything. I don't even see it bleeding. So, ultimately, you were okay with it, to the degree that you were mature enough to handle it, and you knew there was purpose in it. You knew there was goodness in it, even with that light. It's like you knew that it was like divinely guided by God, and maybe even recognized the karmic from a past life relationship or something, and knew that maybe you won the last time or something. I don't know. Maybe she got jousted, or she got kicked to the curb, and so this life she gets to feel a little bit of the winning energy with your masculine. Maybe she just needed to learn to stop lying to herself, and that she has hope too and a bright future if she just lets go of him. There was a lot of healing that happened in that, a lot of clarity, a lot of communication happened in there that helped all of them grow through that time of heartbreak. And it helped him tame the beast within him, because when he was taking advantage of the situation and knew that he was settling, he was really disappointed in the situation and in himself, and he was really beating himself up pretty bad. And whatever he was doing to the feminine, he was doing to himself times 10. He was really disgusted with himself. But through this time, he has come to have the strength to love himself, like we saw earlier. And he has been healing his own broken heart. He's been seeing his own worth. He's been having that divine connection in his mind, that infinity symbol that he knows somebody he could last for a long time with, forever, that he's had lots of past life cycles with over and over. He's tamed the beast within him, and he's like made it a little kitten that's purring that wants union now, wants to fix this broken heart. She's tamed him. She's tamed him through her kindness, through her compassion, through being understanding, through leaving him lots of space, through not giving him too much of a hard time for breaking her heart the way he did. And in the future, he's going to lay down that burden of beating himself up, the burden of how he's treated her, the fact that he lied to her. And he now sees it as a gift from God. And he always did. But now he's seeing just how glorious it is. Like, look at that picture. It's pretty amazing, right? Are those like lilies? Those are yeah. What are those lotuses? Lotuses and lilies, whatever they represent for you. But he's like he caused the feminine to go down into the mud, and she wallowed down there for a bit, hurting pretty bad. But now she's come back up all shiny and new, like a brand new flower, like she does every morning. And he's just like, she is amazing. She is spectacular. She's all about peace. She brings peace to my heart, and she overfills my heart with love. Love for myself, love for her, love for everyone. He has compassion for his karmic. He knows she manipulated the crap out of him. And he's still not from a needy, codependent way, and not in a people-pleasing way, but in a way of, I really wish you well. I hope you find someone who fills your heart like this, and setting really strong boundaries, because he doesn't want that to burden them either. This is like the karmic. He's like taking that big old burden and throwing it down so he can go have dinner in his home. And he doesn't want those sticks following him, So he's headed home for supper, girls. He's headed home to you because you are his home and you're what fills his heart like this. He feels his heart like this. He had to be ready to receive love too. He had to be done feeling sorry for himself. He had to go through some kind of like a purification process to be able to even be willing to receive the kind of love you have to offer. And look at all the newness in the twigs. He's got something he's going to grow. I think he'll go make a fence out of that or something, so that he can have some good boundaries. So everybody knows where they stand. There aren't any gray areas there. So he knows he's husband material now. If not husband material, then he's grounded and secure and solid. He's no longer manipulating and controlling things. He's no longer allowing other people to manipulate and control him either. He's like, you know what? We can make anything happen if we just put our minds to it and just work together as a team, and we can dream together. We can hold that coin together. They're understanding each other. They're having some good, mature conversations about what's happened. And he's offering, this is a message, but it's also, something you can actually, it's tangible somehow. So maybe he's actually bringing her a gift, but he's offering something up. Also, I feel like some of them want to get her pregnant, and like this is the sperm that's gonna, get the egg fertilized. Others, it's just that heart healing. We already had the apology, so maybe this is the dinner out or something. Maybe this is the communication or the gift that's given at that time. Oh, let's see the mountains in the background. It kind of looks like the Flatirons, huh? That's cool. It feels like I feel a French restaurant. But some of you Italy too just came up. Italy, Spain, France. So maybe some of you are going to get a message from your masculine who happens to be in one of those areas. Or maybe when he comes to see you, he's taking you to one of those types of restaurants. Interesting. Oh, and some are going to be camping when they get this offer. Like he's going to invite you camping, and then there's going to be some kind of an offer. Oh, it could even be like a proposal, I suppose, because he's feeling like he's husband material now. This could very well be a proposal. If it is a proposal, it feels like it's a proposal that's been a long time coming. Like even something you guys have talked about. It's like he's been thinking about how to make that offer for like a long time. This is like, there's a little thought bubble going, blah, 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 blah. And here he is going, which way do I do this? How do I do So it's a really nice, it's like this has been needed for a while for him to really have a coming to God moment. You know, it feels like he's really just done a lot of growing up. And, you know, try not to pigeonhole him for how he used to be, because a lot of these guys have gone through so much transition and they really aren't the people that they were when they lied to you or lied to themselves, or both, actually. So try to, you know, just like you don't want to get pigeonholed. And by that, I mean, like, you've got them labeled and that's how they are, you know, and you will not see it any other way. That is just the way that they are. They're never going to break out of that box. Try not to do that to anybody, anytime, really, unless it's a positive pigeonholing, which I think that would be a different term. You know, you want to kind of really train your brain to be fresh. You know, don't bring those old stories. Don't keep reactivating those old stories about how people are and who they are, because you're manifesting that. You're creating that. You're creating more of it. You're causing them to continue that way. You don't want to do that. And you think creatively on how you can handle things differently, like we said in the beginning, and things will start to appear different, you know, in the physical. Try even saying, and I learned this from Matt Kahn's video, Respecting the Shadow. It's really good if you want to watch that. But try saying in your mind to anybody who treats you bad, anytime, even somebody who cuts you off in traffic or your boss or anybody, try saying in your mind, I respect your power. You're not condoning the behavior. You're saying, wow, you make a huge impact when you act like that. And you're recognizing that, you know, we all have all these different emotions that we go through, and when you suppress those feelings, like a lot of these people do that are lashing out, they feel powerless. They're you know, doing this to their feelings, like stay down, stay down, stay down, and then they rah. So if you can respect their power, they'll feel that energetically. Just say it in your mind. You don't say it out loud necessarily, unless you feel like it's appropriate somehow. But just say, you know, I respect your power. I respect you as a person. If you can't respect yourself, I will do that. I will respect your power. And you will see the most incredible things start to happen. You will see them change before your eyes, I swear. It's amazing. It seems like overly simple, but still, like, so much, if not everything in life, is simple and energetic. So try it. Don't poo-poo it. Try it. Okay. Now we're looking at the feminines. Feminines, how you doing this week? Well, she's definitely ready to meet him at that place. She's also been looking for a way to start a new beginning with him. She wants him to step in his power and away from those thoughts too. She's wanted him to break free of that prison for some time as well. She's been worried about him. She's been believing in him. She wants to work together with him. She wants to manifest a way that they can actually start collaborating and working as a team together. Get on the same side, get on the same page, and speak some good, honest truth. This is what she wants for them. You know, she's through the separation time, the feminines really come to a lot of surrender, and they drop their expectations. And she just wants to, like, just form a treaty, like a peace treaty. She just wants to have it out. And again, with the flat irons, some of you guys are making a trip out here. Maybe some of you have been planning to come out here, and now you're going to. Maybe you're going to come get some clarity. That's interesting. Yeah, some clarity on how you guys can work together or come together or come into union. Maybe some of you are coming here to get married, because that looks like church sometimes to me, like somebody's getting married. But they've been doing their best to, like, love themselves through this time of transition. And, you know, she's also been looking off in the distance at him. She's been out there like waiting for his boat. Where is it? Where is it? Is he coming? She's been looking for an opportunity to start a new life. She's so ready for this new life. She's got all her stuff packed up. She's like all ready to go. She's, a lot of them are living in temporary living conditions on purpose so they can just like hop out of there and start a new life with their masculine. She can't wait till she can walk around an apartment naked with him. She hasn't been able to do that in the position she's in. But once they have a home or a place they can call their home, it's like she's like, I just cannot wait to just make myself at home there in his arms and for us to just cuddle and be ourselves and be silly again. And, she's just looking for that opportunity. She's fantasizing about it. She's been picturing like, what will it be like for us to start this life together? How beautiful can this be? How much fun will it be? And she's thinking when he does his thing with the hacky sack and when he's just kind of playing around and having a good time, just chilling. She's going to be smiling at him like, oh, there you are. There you are. Look at you. So she's been dreaming of this moment, you guys. She's been watching every ship that comes into the harbor. Some of the guys on these ships are like waving to her. Hey. Hey. You going to come down and join us? We got a party going on down here on this ship. And she's like, I don't know. But she's watching every ship. She's got those binoculars out. And she's like just waiting for him and waiting. She's like, I'm trying not to wait. But a big part of me is big time waiting. So she's eagerly awaiting this new life. She too has been trying to go away from her negative thoughts and her worry and her self-doubt and all of the stories that they tell themselves. Oh my gosh, you guys. She's been trying to get away from all that, just like he has. All the stuff he's been going through, she's been going through it too, but just in a different way. So she's trying not to worry anymore. This is in her heart. She wants him to be in his power and to come get her, take the lead and grab her by the hand and take her away from these worries, give her some peace of mind, and she's also getting her own power. She's also he knows what he's doing. He's just sitting there pretty confident, right? It doesn't look like he's panicked at all. He's sure things are going to happen. So she's trying to get away from these thoughts and just be in her power like that. Just he's sitting there just, it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. She's focusing more on this offer and that she knows that it's coming and she's been visualizing it and imagining what it would be like to receive that offer. She's trying to figure out how it's going to come too. Just like he's trying to figure out how he'll deliver, she's trying to figure out how it'll come. And it was like totally worrying her a lot about the situation. She's had to break through a lot of sleepless nights, worrying about whether she'd make the right choice, if she's had other options, worried, like, will he ever apologize? He was such a jerk to me. She's tried not to judge, but she's like, dang, does he even care about me? Like, I can't believe he just ghosted me for so long, or that he'd say something so harsh, or that he would just, why is he ignoring me on social media? Why isn't he why isn't he liking anything anymore? Why did he block me? He's not even looking at my messages. She's been pretty down about it, feeling pretty shitty. And these are the fears and worries she's trying to get away from him in her heart so that she can have faith in the situation. And even in the middle of feeling this, she's been praying and talking to him in her mind, like, I know you could do it. I believe in you. Get out of that situation. Get out of your own, staying up late at night. He's all staying up late at night doing the same thing, only over a different thing. He's also been really afraid that he's going to lose her to somebody else's offer. It's all happening. It's all just a big mess. If everybody can just get out of their fears like this, and focus on the offer either coming to them or them making the offer, it's all gone. Everything's set right, She's also forgiving herself. She's forgiving herself for a lot of things, for waiting. Some of them feel like maybe they shouldn't have been waiting. They're like, I've wasted a lot of time waiting. Some of them are forgiving themselves for having been with another guy. Some of them are forgiving themselves for the way they feel like they were the ones responsible for how the masculine acted or treated her. But she's really trying to look at things in an emotionally intelligent way. She's trying to be very understanding of him. And the little angel, the little Cupid's been behind the whole thing. Like these little romance angels they've been kind of helping out the whole time, helping her to learn from this process. Instead of being jaded and nasty and controlling, they've taught her to just be chill and receptive, to just sit there calmly waiting for him to give her that cup that they can discuss intelligently and calmly and sweetly even, because she knows they have this really sweet, playful connection. She wants to get them back to this. She wants them to be flirty and have fun and act like little kids again and be really vulnerable. Like when you were little and you didn't have a responsibility in the world. It's like she wants to get lost in that feeling with him again. She wants to go do something really fun with him to where they're just giggling and holding each other's hands and just having an incredible time, feeling like the sun is smiling just for them, it's shining just for them. And she wants to see her faith rewarded after all this time and devotion and love she's poured out to him and to herself. She's ready for her reward. She's felt like somewhat of a victim through this whole process, and she's trying to overcome that because she knows things are going to the next level. She can sense it. She can really feel it. So she's come out of a victim mentality in life in general, and she's starting to see the effects of it are stabilizing her, giving her a foundation. She's seeing herself be more successful than ever. She's seeing her friendships get better and better. She's getting rid of any friendships that make her feel kind of victimized or potentially cause a threat, because they're manipulating and lying maybe, or because they're taking advantage of her, or whatever the situation, she's been getting rid of people and situations in her life where she feels victimized, work situations, everything, so that she can build a solid foundation. I feel like even some of them with their masculines in mind have even bought a home or like done something really courageous and incredible for, maybe built a career where they're remote and they can go anywhere with him. They've been, trying to do some incredible things that's correlating to conversations that they've had with their masculines, or maybe even some things they've been projecting that the masculine would need. And she's been working to provide that for him, just like he's been doing for her by collecting his coins all this time. He's been trying to build up a bunch of money too, because, you always need money. So he's all about the money, and she's more, and I mean, I'm not saying that he's not thoughtful either, but it's like she's been doing it in different ways also. I mean, she's also been building the foundation for herself and her career and finances and whatnot, but she's also really been considerate of making things in such a way. Oh, I just felt that's interesting. Yeah. She's been building things in such a way that he's going to come into her situation and be like, yes, God, that was smart. Freaking, that was smart. She's going to be like, thank you. I overcame. And here we are, and I've put us in an advantage. So he's going to feel like so grateful to her for the thoughtfulness and for being so considerate of him. And you know, when these two come together, they're going to see like how meant to be it is. You know, they're going to be like, holy cow, both of us were working all this time to provide this like powerful beginning to where we can do anything. That's part of what the separation period's about too, is providing an environment for each other to come into, a welcoming environment that leaves you feeling empowered. So she's been looking out, waiting for the end of this difficult period, you know, patiently waiting for that new authentic life to show up and for the end of this betrayal, just like him. She knows there's this new dawn coming up in the distance. She's been waiting for it, and she will feel victorious and successful. She will parade it in the streets, and so will he. They will. They're not going to be hiding it anymore. They may even be in the public eye. They may make an announcement or something. They're going to announce it to everybody. You know, she's going to provide a lot of faith to a lot of other people that she's been talking to that have been like, I don't know, God, I sure hope it works out for you guys. It sounds like an impossible situation to me. I don't know. He doesn't seem like he loves you. He's just been ignoring you all this time. I think you should just go with some other guy. You know, and she's going to be like, I did it. I knew. I believed in him. I knew he'd come back. And he came like this. Can you imagine this coming down the street at you? Oh my gosh, that'd be such a moment. You know, and look at that, horse is even proud. Anyway, that's some beautiful energy this week. Very, very healing. And you know, it started with manipulation and lies, you know, him strategizing as to how to get himself out of the hole he put himself in. And it is possible for somebody to change a lot in a small amount of time. So just allow each other to share from the heart when this happens. Breathe, try to have no expectations. Don't expect you guys to necessarily get back together. If you've gone on with another guy, then just really hear him out as to where he's at. Maybe you guys can just form a really great friendship. You know, kind of come together, meeting of the minds. You guys can still be a power couple and not actually be a couple. That's another option. If you're not with anyone else, then just really ask some good, thorough questions. You know, ask those hard to ask questions. Get to the bottom of things with him so you can see and make sure he's actually changed and he's serious about how he feels about you and the changes he's willing to make to be with you. Vice versa, you know, masculines, ask the feminines a lot of questions. Make sure they're not harboring resentment. Girls, guys, you know, this is your final call out to release all resentment and forgiveness because he's coming. You guys are going to be having this conversation, and you better be ready to have a clear slate for both of you. You know, see each other fresh and new, and let go, let God, and begin with a fresh, clean slate. All right, so if this really resonated with you, I'm going to go do the extended version right now, and there's a link below to Vimeo, $11. If you would like a custom, quick relationship spread, I do those for $22. You'll have it within 24 hours. And that's a short little, like 2 to 4 minute video that will give you an overview of how this person, the feminine or the masculine, feels about you, what they're thinking about you, what they're planning to do, or what they're thinking of doing about your situation. And obviously there are some custom readings you could order, 20 minutes or 45 minutes. If you go to amysatori.com/services, and you can always get a free reading on the Satori Show every Sunday night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. That's 5 p.m. Pacific and 7 Central, 8 Eastern. And the number for that is 256-291-1191. All right, so have a beautiful day, you guys, and we'll talk to you next week. All right, bye.